My name's Lauren Proctor, and I'm a digital marketer. Every month, I spend $500 of my own money reviewing different services. This month, we're going to do a review of BrandPush. So BrandPush is a press release writing and syndication service that claims to be able to give you press release syndication on 200 plus sites. So they used to be a service that worked monthly, but now it's a one-time payment. And it starts at $195 and then moves to $259, depending on if you're willing to submit your own article or if you want them to write a 350 to 500 word article on your behalf. So before I blindly spend my $500 for the month, let's go ahead and do some background and find out if BrandPush is worth the money. I found BrandPush on Reddit, mixed bag, Trustpilot, another mixed bag. Seems like some maybe fake reviews or hard to tell reviews. So I don't know. But then I found this YouTube video.
Without stress. Finally, is BrandPush good? From the beginning of this detailed review video to this stage, I think it will be very obvious that yes, it has worked for me, so also with a bunch of other people as well. So
I feel bad, but that makes me feel like it's a scam. But we're not going to give up just yet, because sometimes brands get bad affiliates, something like that. And I uncovered something really interesting. Turns out BrandPush is a real company, and it's the Ascend Group out of Tallinn, Estonia. I recognize this address actually as being next to the horse track because I used to live in Tallinn, Estonia. And looks like they have made $225,000 in revenue, or maybe that's projected, something like that. And they've already paid, remember I said they launched in November 2020, they've already paid 731 euros in taxes. So they are a real company. Let's see if we can dig deeper and find actual results or samples, and then we'll decide if we want to spend our money. So BrandPush has a really great website, and they have a sample report, which I really admire because they're just putting it out there of what is actually going to happen if you submit a press release with them. So they say 303 publications. These are their major publications, and also news sites, and then 58.2 million monthly readers. So if you want to look at the USA Today article, you probably want to look at, this is the type of USA Today exposure you're going to get. Now, this is important about press releases. If you're going to buy press release syndication, it's probably going to look like this. Most of the marketers who, if they're going to charge you $200 to $500 and they're going to tell you you're going to get into USA Today, it's going to be a link like this. In other words, it's a link on a subdomain, on a regional page, something that probably no one will ever go to naturally unless this ranks on Google. So that's just something to know about press release services, which is fine, right? You get what you pay for. And let's just look at something else interesting. So here's a link from the Post-Gazette, and this is a typical press release. You can see that they are using different, keywords, high traffic news sites, start getting real exposure, and Trevor from the US is their contact. So just keep that noted because it's going to be interesting in a minute. We noticed that this is published by Get News. So one thing that a lot of these press release syndicators do is they will either register a name in a publication and then use that for every single one of their press releases, or they will actually do press release arbitrage. So they'll buy a package of press release syndications for, say, $80, and then they'll come and they'll charge you $160 to publish it, and they'll just arbitrage all day long and print money. So let's go back to Get News. Here's an example of another one from Get News, and here it looks like is all of their press releases. So getnews.info is the website here. which it looks like what they're doing here is they just created a Google News site type thing. They are using this for their press releases. So if you scroll through this whole list of samples, you'll see that many of the samples are actually BrandPush press releases. So let's find out how it's faring for them. On SEMrush, their authority score is 40, but they're not getting any organic search traffic, which is why they're spending money both on paid search traffic and display advertising. So they claim to give you SEO boost, but despite the fact that they have 3,600 backlinks from these press release services and perhaps other services, they're not getting the traffic. And we can see the same thing mirrored on Ahrefs. Although that does show some organic keywords, they aren't necessarily super relevant or compelling. Here we go, the big reveal. This is what made my decision final. So there's this other list of samples with 97.6 potential monthly readers, and you can scroll through if you want, but I did it for you, and I found one in heart of Malaysia, and I chose this because I actually spent a lot of time in Malaysia and love it. So this came out January 2021, and I noticed that Trevor Johnson, remember from before, was the contact for not BrandPush, but another company called Simple Traffic. And they are also at the address by the horse track. So we can almost be sure that Simple Traffic is also owned by the Ascend Group. But I noticed something else. So here we go. The source for this press release was marketermedia.com. And that is this, or marketersmedia.com. And marketersmedia.com is a press release service. So remember how I told you how commonly these services will use arbitrage to create a package and then resell to people at a higher price? Because of this, I would guess that that's actually what BrandPush is doing. And for $82 per press release, if you buy them in a package, you get guaranteed syndication to 490 plus websites. And that is much less than $229 or $259. So I don't know, it just seems a little sketchy to me. Plus, if we take a look at Simple Traffic, you can see that they try to give you traffic 15,000 people for $15. Sounds like a great deal, but in the real world, I have never found a place where I could get high quality traffic at that price. So they say that they don't use bots, that in fact they're using real people, they're getting you real people and they will report where that traffic is coming from. I would say that that is probably injection traffic, where actually if you have ever used a Chrome extension that maybe takes away the babies off of Facebook or reduces your exposure to news of a specific political group on Facebook, you know exactly just how powerful Chrome plugins could be and just how much they can affect your internet experience. And so my guess is they're going to be able to say, yes, this person came from Facebook.com via this sketchy plugin, but they're not going to say that to you, right? Or Chrome add-on or whatever. So this is my guess. I would worry to try this service out even, but it is in fact part of the Ascend Group. They are also selling those press releases. And so my thing is to say no. Let's save our $500 right now and spend it on something else. So thank you for watching. I hope that sleuthing about BrandPush was as helpful for you as it was for me. I always learn a lot when I do these teardowns and evaluations of should we spend it or should we not spend it. And if you are still watching this video, I want you to have a vote of how we spend our $500 this month, next month, whatever. So please let me know if there's some sort of service that you'd like me to try out in the marketing realm, particularly if it's backlinks, guest posts, that kind of thing. I would love to let you know how it goes. We could do a teardown if I say no, or we can go ahead and spend the money and I'll show you the results completely transparently. So thank you for watching and stay tuned because we will be spending that $500 very soon.